So for my first artifact, I chose to do my mini lesson, and this reflects in Standard 7, which is Planning for Instruction. And under that standard, it says create a learning experience that is appropriate for curriculum goals and content standards and relevant. So before even the mini lesson, I looked at the 4th grade standards for literacy, and I found that idioms, this was the first year that they learned about that topic. So based off what I researched, I was able to appropriately sequence a learning experience for the students. So my mini lesson consisted of asking students if they have ever heard of the word idiom. A few classes had and some had never. I went on to describe what it is. So I asked students if they knew what it is, and then I just said the meaning, which is a phrase whose meaning cannot be interpreted literally. Some people understood the definition, while some did not. So then I gave an example that some students may have heard of, like it's raining cats and dogs. And by giving the example, that put a light bulb in a lot of students' heads. So then this led to an interactive component on my poster where I had 7 cutout photos of animals. And then on my poster I had a sentence with a fill in the blank, and they had to put the right animal in the sentence. And then we would discuss the meaning and why, like that, what it's literally saying, but what's the actual meaning. So they came up one by one and Velcroed on the animal. A lot of these led to a discussion, and afterwards I had a matching worksheet that the students could choose, or they could create their own idiom and share it with the group and draw a photo. Some decided to choose one worksheet, some took 2, and some just took them home. However, based on the students' knowledge, I kind of adjusted how I went over the poster. For the ones that were more skilled, we kind of created our own because they had heard of a lot of them. So that was the first artifact. For the second artifact, I'm choosing the strategy notebook. And this falls under Standard 8, which is instructional strategies. So under this standard, it says teachers understands and uses a variety of instructional strategies to encourage learners to develop deep understanding of content areas and their connections, and to build skills to access and appropriately apply information. So although I didn't necessarily use instructional strategies yet, it has provided me with a list of ways to think about how to implement the strategies that we learned throughout the semester and to use as a future teacher in my future classroom. It helped me think deeper in how I could incorporate these strategies into certain lessons and different subjects, because not all of them just fit into literacy. I found a lot could go well into math and science. So there are various strategies that made me think about engaging all different types of learners and expanding communication within the classroom, which is also a big part of Standard 8.